Hey guys, this is Jim Edward with Tribe Coach, and welcome to part 3 of the Get Noticed theme, setting it up for coaches and consultants. The past two videos we worked on a brief overview of the Getting Noticed theme, and part 2 we took a look at the Blueberry PowerPress platform, both the hosting as well as the plugin. And in this episode, we're going to talk about email marketing. Specifically, we're going to talk about gaining your list. And this is more of a technical overview as far as how to set it up. We're using GetResponse to make this box you see here for the email address and the first name to sign up for a lead magnet, which in this case is the character commitment traits PDF that we'll be sending out to the followers at dougsoltis.com. I invite you to check this website out. In the meantime, let's get into GetResponse, and let me show you how we set this up. Alright, as you can see here, we've already signed into GetResponse, and I want to go through the basics of GetResponse real quick, just so you can understand how this all works. These squares here kind of define most of what GetResponse is involved with. You've got the first part, which is add contacts, which you can add them manually. We're not going to do that here. You can create a form, which in simplest terms, this right here is the form we're talking about. It can also create newsletters that you can send out on a weekly basis. So once someone does sign up through this form, for example, you can auto-drip information to them on a weekly or even daily basis. Wouldn't recommend a daily, but we'll get more into that later. And then last but not least, you can create landing pages. We won't go into the landing pages just yet. That's another nice added feature to GetResponse that actually is a fairly new one as of a couple of months ago. And it does add a lot of nice functionality to the whole thing. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go up to this navigation here, and we're going to take a look. We're just going to go overview here. We've got a dashboard, we've got contacts, messages, statistics, surveys, forms, and landing pages. Again, not going into landing pages right now. We've got forms, and we've got create form and manage form. The forms, if you'll remember, are these forms right here that you'll put into your website. Let me just go through them briefly so you'll understand what I mean. We're going to click on manage forms, and this is a new beta version of it, but I think it does pretty well. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on this one here. We've got DS character here. Wait till the monster loads it. And here you see it right here. Now if I click on all these areas, you'll see that what I've done is I've actually created this, customized it from the ground up using all the fields on the right hand side. You could go in and change everything from the font style to the color, as well as the arrangement of all the boxes. So, you know, really it's unlimited. You can, like as you can see here, if I double click on it, you can change the fonts, font size, line height, really unlimited. You can get very creative with it if you want. But this needed to be very simple. So once you do this and design it, and even just so you know here, this is actually a specific width because I wanted to make sure that it didn't go past the boundaries of the, I guess what you'd call the spacing of it. So it did start over pushing the boundaries into the other areas. So there's really a lot of creative control as well as measurement control that you can do over these things. So it's really a great added feature that GetResponse has done. In the top right, I'm going to hit save and publish. It already is saved and published. I'm just going to go through the process again so you can see what's happening. And then I'm going to take this, the JavaScript code. I'm going to hit the copy button there. And once I do that, I'm going to go inside WordPress, and I'm going to go into the inside part where we see widgets. Let me just go back over here again so you'll see where I'm coming from. Let me close that and go into the light. As you can see with GetResponse, there's an awful lot of features there. We'll get more into that later, but right now I want to get into the basic overview of what the most important parts can do for you. So you've got pages, of course, is important, and we're going to go, bear with me here. Okay, and on the left hand side here, we're going to scroll over to appearance and to widgets. So if you click on widgets, this page will show back up. We've got the main sidebar here which will open up, and you've got a text box of which we've added the JavaScript code. Now the JavaScript code is the very same one right here that you'll see that I just copied. We don't need it twice, obviously, but what that'll do once you hit the save button is it'll create that box right there, which is of course the same one that you created in GetResponse. So that's the beginning of your of getting everything started with collecting emails. In case you've missed something here, let's go back just for a second. Let's go back to the forms and let's go to create forms just so we can get an extra view here. Now you've got the list builder wizard, list builder apps, plain HTML editor, and integrations. Plain HTML editor and integrations we're not going to worry about right now. The integrations actually is happening through the code for us with WordPress, so we don't have to worry too much about that at the moment. Plain HTML editor is for experts only. List builder apps, there's a lot of other great features that we can add on to this, but right now we're going to go into the 101 level. Here's all the great templates that they include here. So if you don't want to start building your own, you can just pick one of these, easy enough. The great thing about it is once you choose one, say we decide to go plain Jane and use this blank template. So we click on that. Again, the monster's loading, chewing it all up, getting ready. And there you go. Just say we don't want to make any changes. If you want to, of course, you can. Like I said before, add fields, layout, style. You can do anything you want to it. All right, so just say we're good to go. If we save and publish this, the JavaScript code's here. Now, let me back up just a minute and let me just show you something. Now, what this has done is this has automatically created a form so that, let's just go back up here to the top. Instead of create form, let's manage forms. So you'll see here now that we not only have one, but we have two forms. And it's automatically called at Web Form 30/08/2015 by the date. We can go back into the actions and edit it. And we can also change the name so that, of course, we, because Web Form 3/28/08 or 3/30/08 doesn't mean anything to us. So one of the great things is we can go and we can change out the name by simply clicking on the gear button. The gear button will bring out the form settings, form name. We can change to anything we want here. Choose campaign, which is part of the commitment download campaign. We can create another campaign if we want. Confirmed opt-in. We can add all these great features. Confirmed opt-in basically is that it says that it won't, it'll send an extra email, what's known as a double opt-in. So you turn it on, it'll send a double opt-in saying, are you sure you want to be included on the list? Double opt-in is usually the best method. It's not always the only method to do. If you've already got a group, for example, that you know are in and committed, you're just collecting email addresses, you don't necessarily need the double opt-in. But if they're fresh off the street and they like what you have to say and they want to know more, you really want to confirm that they're really interested. That eliminates the tire kickers and eliminates any need for, or really what it'll end up doing, by doing a double opt-in, it will prevent a lot of useless emails. That's really the bottom line. So you can do everything, including going to a thank you page, of which you can actually create with the landing page feature, or you can create a thank you page on the actual site that you came from. So even do a captcha on it. Lots of great things, including some custom fields, some detailed stuff we won't go into right now. But just so you know, that just gets an extra level, an extra feature that goes a long way. And then, of course, once you're done, you save and publish. You simply have to copy that script code there and put it into the box here. Make sure you hit save. And essentially, it's that box on the right there. So it works pretty well. Now, if we're going through this and we want to see how many emails we've collected, we can simply go over here back to the home page where we can see the subscription numbers. If you see subscriptions here below the 4 boxes we just described, I can go here and click all time, and that'll tell me everyone who's signed up so far. So on the commitment download, we have a total of 4 people who subscribed, and on the one called Stacy Rowdy Monday, we have 3. So that really just kind of gives you an overview, and once you start promoting your site more, you should see those numbers climb. It really is a numbers game at this point. So that's a quick and easy way to do it. Also, of course, if you want to see how many did today, which unfortunately nobody logged in today and clicked, you can see that as well. So that gives you a brief overview of how the GetResponse program works with this. What we'll do at a later date is we'll also go into setting up autoresponders and emails to actually drip feed emails once or twice a week on the followers to kind of get them interested in what you have to say. Also, it's a great idea. What you could probably do is take, for example, each time you produce a podcast, you can produce a corresponding email and then send that out to your list each week every time you do a podcast. Great way to keep your followers informed, your tribe informed, if you will, and great way to keep everyone's interest level high while you're creating your product and while you're trying to figure out the best way to serve them. All right, guys, this is Jim Evercadell with Tribe Coach, and we'll speak soon in episode 4.